Welcome, one and all, to the Play Action Podcast, episode number 58. We're doing it on a Thursday. That's what we said, and well, bam, we're here. We're
No,
alive.
that's you were ready. You were ready. So do not take any of this fault here. This is all me. Do not take any of the fault. This is me and my little hold on. Me and my little friend's fault for all the Christmas people out there. But yeah, dude. Appreciate you being able to move around. Appreciate the guys being able to work with us here.
It's all good. I mean, I would grab my Kermit over here, but I don't feel like walking to get it. The
No,
greatest
no,
accidental purchase of all time.
you're also not as silly as me. And this isn't mine. This is what it just like sits at my girlfriend's end of her bed. So like I just sit here, like she just redid her room and stuff. So this is sitting here in the office that I'm doing the show in, and I'm like, oh, see, let's be the meme guy. So that's where I'm at. Speaking of memes, LA Rams, what are they doing?
The Rams, what are they doing? Football team, what are they doing? Everyone, what are they doing all over the place? But Merry Christmas, happy Canadian Boxing Day, whatever you celebrate in this wacky world. All right, well, it's the holiday season. We'll be talking about some stuff as we go in there. While that Akers is already back, gonna take a big L on that one. The Rams, I think it's a dumb move, but we'll talk about this. We will talk about that and much more. Colton, which intro should we play? One or two?
I'm gonna go with door number 2.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And this is the Play Action Podcast.
This is the Play Action Podcast featuring Will.
In the past 150 days, you didn't ever decide to sit down at your damn desk and be like, hey, let's game plan this playbook. Pardon my French, but goddamn, you are an idiot, Matt Nagy.
Featuring Colton.
Good job, Bill. Golly, what a dope! You missed Brady. You made a mistake. Come out and say you messed up. Golly.
He did certainly miss Brady this past week on a Saturday. Now
Yeah,
that was
I don't know why I say
game.
golly so many times. Like it's like
Golly, geez Louise.
Geez Louise, you got a bunch
Listen,
of
if you were a toy and you had like that string attached to it, you literally that'd be your 3 catchphrases. Golly, geez Louise. What?
I'd be a funny like Toy Story character. That would definitely. We're
the
gonna make another Toy
dopiest
Story.
one.
I'm gonna hit up Mr. Walt, and like, hey Walt, guy whoever runs Disney, hey, I got a show for you, and pull the string, and I like the idea. Well, I'll definitely give you credit when it comes to that.
It goes back to our Sunday show where we just went off topic and talked about children's shows. Just
Yeah.
well, we're a funny group here.
I like that the intro's there because like I was late. We should have been doing the show yesterday. I had to pull the old side swipe and come to today. So it is rightfully so to embarrass me with that intro because I was definitely wrong about Bell checking those Pats. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people loved them in the preseason. All that, like, they're a wild card team, and I'm sitting like, what?
Ever since that intro's been made, okay, that intro is only 2 months old, and that was the end of their streak, and we didn't play it last week, so it's a guarantee the Patriots are going to win Sunday. Okay, it's the only logical explanation.
No. You're right. Redo this. Redo the intro. Recue the intro. I got Josh Allen this week in fantasy playoffs, so you could redo the.
All right, you want me to recue the intro right now? Let's. Okay.
You got me.
We're funny here. We're funny.
You got me there.
That's the April Fool's joke. All right, but thank you guys for tuning in episode 58. I mean, happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating, wherever you believe in, whatever God or figure you believe in, happy holidays, make one another smile. That's all I could say on it. It's a hectic time for a lot of people. It is. And right now in the NFL, over 10% of the NFL is currently in COVID protocols, with the Chiefs, Jets, and Saints with massive COVID-19 stuff just going down right now. I mean, let's start out with the big name here, as I'm butchering this, but Dalvin Cook tested positive, unvaccinated, out 10 days. Alexander Madison steps in. All right, he tested positive today. Earliest he could play is week 17. Who are the Vikings playing? Absolutely no idea. But it's a big test right now. They are playing the LA Rams at home, so it's a 1 o'clock game. Mr. 1 o'clock, Kirk Cousins himself. Could he have a good game? Could he not? I mean, with Madison, he's probably one of the better backups. I would say he's in the top 5 for a backup running back right now because when he comes in, it's like they're not really missing a step right there with Dalvin. But without Dalvin, it's a big missing piece, and it's obvious that it's gonna hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's the wrong time to have this issue. Getting down to the home stretch here, trying to make a playoff run and being with that your best player, because he is their best player. I know Jefferson's there and what he's done this season, impeccable again. From the man from LSU. Good job, Philly, by the way. Every time Justin Jefferson gets brought up, I have to take a shot at Philly because good job, Philly. But yeah, this is definitely not the right situation. Ryan out here.
Yes. I'm starting him in fantasy on Sunday. I mean, it's not what I want to, but I only have a mere 20-point lead, so it is what it is there.
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. This is a very interesting week.
Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Harrison Butker's already ruled out. He's not playing on Sunday. He's done. Not done, but he's not playing Sunday. Okay. And when I mentioned the Jets are going to be sick this year. Jets Twitter said they're going to be sick this year. Okay, COVID was not in the idea of what they were going to be sick for, and they're down. Robert Saleh, they're down. Elijah Moore, who's already on IR. Elijah Vera Tucker, they're just down everyone, and this is just a sad time to see. I mean, everyone wants to play their rosters at full strength, and obviously with this going down, it's super, super unfortunate. Let me scroll back and I'll find our little Adam Schefter post, and I've just butchered it so badly. Let's see. Yeah, so Michael Carter, cornerback. Vera Tucker, Foley, Factusari, John Franklin Myers, Justin Hardy, Jeff Smith, Cashman, Dawkins, Lamar Jackson, cornerback. Vincent Smith, a couple of other guys, practice squad players. It's not looking too hot for the Jets. I mean, the Chiefs too. I'm going to pull that up here. Chiefs just had their whole list of players, but you might know, you watch a lot more college than I do. The guy who's starting for the Saints on Sunday, because Trevor Simeon's out, Taysom Hill's out, Malcolm Jenkins, Jordan Mills, Ringo Holmes, Heath, Ellis, and James Carpenter. Big pieces for essentially a later playoff run, but this might be derailed before it can even begin, especially with the going up against the Dolphins on the 27th. I forgot who they are starting, but it's a rookie out of Notre Dame, if I am correct.
Oh, geez, where's Joe Hackett at here? Ian Book.
Yeah, Ian Book
from Notre Dame.
Ian Book's going to read the Dolphins like a book here. First career start, fourth quarterback to start for the Saints this year, and this is a very crucial Monday Night Football game for both the Dolphins and the Saints. Yeah, the Chiefs did not have any updated positives. Saints are kind of going down with a lot more right now, and also what's going to be happening with the Saints, right? Saints, and also with the Vikings, with Dalvin Cook being a very big piece there. Ian Book.
Yeah, very overrated Notre Dame quarterback. So, yikes.
A big yikes, to say the least. But this is the craziest time. I mean, we're nearing 11% of all active NFL players are going to be on the COVID reserve, and we're seeing the NBA right now. They're bringing back everyone. Isaiah Thomas, am I saying that correctly, for the Lakers? He's coming back. Just the Boston legend too. He was drafted all the way back in 2001. Drawing a blank of who it is, but he ended up playing last night.
He was drafted a long time ago. I don't even think it was Boston. Someone else drafted him.
Dwayne Wade should come back for the Heat. 10-day contract.
He's a nice rightful owner of the Utah Jazz. He ain't coming back. My man's nice in the owner box and hanging up there. Joe Johnson came back. That's the other.
Joe Johnson came back. I mean, listen, hey, if I'm Dwayne Wade, go against the Jazz, be like, listen, I own you guys, and you just drop casual 30. Okay. It'd be simple, but I'm not a fan of the NBA, so I have no idea what I'm even trying to talk about here.
Yeah, pretty much, Ron. He's going for that late push, He's
trying to climb the ranks.
Yeah, he's trying to get some more points there. He's like, all right, hold on, let me go in down the line. Let's get some games in here. Let's collect another check or two.
But craziest to say the league, and historic. Cam Akers, the running back of the Rams. If you remember, back in late July, early August, torn Achilles. But the Rams said, you know what? We're not going to rule him out yet. We're not going to. And he is designated to return from IR not even 5 months after tearing his Achilles. This is Terrell Suggs-esque. Because, remember Sizzle all the way back in 2011, torn Achilles playing street ball. comes back and then says, "Hey, we're doing it. We're coming back." And here we are. Cam Akers designated the comeback. The Rams have been struggling a little bit in the running back room when Henderson's not there. They kind of have a missing identity. Sony Michel's been kind of elevating his role. He's been returning to what we saw his rookie year with New England. And also the Funk Master himself, Jake Funk, who was elevated off the COVID reserve list on Tuesday. He didn't really get any action, if that. But Cam Akers, their star running back, everyone's hyping him up. And now this offense might be the most complete it's been all year, especially if Akers can return to a somewhat decent workload.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're waiting on 2 running backs to come back. Here's one of them that we didn't expect. The other one we've kind of heard since he got hurt. It was like, all right, we'll be back if we could just survive till then. Talking about Derrick Henry and the Titans. This is an interesting one. Darrell Henderson's been in and out of the lineup the past few weeks. He played last week, got out-touched by Sony Michel again.
I believe it was his hamstring. It's still bothering him.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Very, very unfortunate for Darrell Henderson fantasy owner. But hey, they're starting to go back to their roots. It's kind of what I was expecting them to do after the injury to Robert Woods because there was a big drop-off. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. Again, Ryan is probably saying, "Oh yeah, look at all these other running backs coming back. I lost 2. I lost 2 of my guys.
I lost 3 of my running backs in an 8-day span."
Yeah. Hey yo. Why was that necessary? Why was that necessary? All the running backs, they got a quarterback that can run, so they're all right.
Well, he hasn't practiced in the last 2 weeks.
They didn't lose their other running back. What are you talking about? But
Do you think this is silly for the Rams to activate a guy who, if he gets rehurt, you don't know how badly he could get rehurt? If that's a realm you don't want to think about, but
well, it's also on Cam Akers. Cam Akers could be like, all right, I'm not playing this year, so his agent, I guarantee, is in his ear. I don't know. I've never
comeback player of the year.
So I couldn't imagine what that was like for him. And yeah, it's I don't know, man.
I think this is silly on the Rams even allowing it because in the final say it's the Rams. I mean, you want to see him back in practice. You want to see him, in pads trying to maneuver, try to get used to everything. Jets legend, now Tampa Bay legend, Le'Veon Bell.
Imagine that. Brady, Brown, and Bell.
The Tampa Bay Steelers back in action.
Nonsense going on there. Bruce Arians in there. Jeez. But yeah. This is interesting.
Reunion for real.
Pretty much, man. This is definitely interesting with this Cam Akers stuff. We'll see if he even comes back. It's like, he's designated to return. We'll see. Like, I believe it when I see this guy on the field and all that. When he was down the stretch last year, he was really good for the Rams. So we'll see what happens. I just hope he stays healthy for his sake, because he is a really good player. So
he is a very good player, and I don't want to see him get hurt. But at the same time, you want him to be smart with what he's doing right now with his body and he wants to get back to that elite level. And it sucks, getting hurt in the preseason. You don't even get to play for the entire year. And this is something that's been expected the entire year. They were just waiting for the confirmation to happen, and we're here for it now. We are here.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Let's jump and look at the playoff picture right now, and this is a interesting one to say the least. Green Bay leaps all the way up to the 1 seed. Tampa Bay falls back. Dallas is creeping up. The Cardinals fall back. Cardinals have an opportunity to miss out on the playoffs, and they were hot. 7-0, and they've been 3-4 since then. They haven't posted the final score for the Lions game. Justice for Detroit needs to be served for the Arizona Cardinals, and it has to be served very pronto. But a lot of shakeup too. New England falls from the 1 to the 2. Tennessee stays at a constant 3. The Ravens get bounced out. Bengals come in, and it's a very important showdown coming up. It's a AFC North just matchup, and I like that. I almost got the entire wild card all correctly from our predictions a couple months back.
Yeah, the Colts are coming in strong. Jonathan Taylor having an MVP-like season. He's been getting the job done there for the Colts. Yes, make sure you do drop a like and subscribe to the
If you like what we're doing, you're going to like everything else that's been happening on the U Stadium YouTube channel and much more behind the scenes, especially on the app.
Say, download the app. See, you beat me to my punch.
Yeah, download the app. Okay, I go on there. I like to post a little couple memes every now and again. I'm pretty funny on there. I am. I'm a funny
But
guy on
going
there.
back to the playoff, it's definitely gotten a lot more interesting here. Bengals, I think, end up winning the North, which is kind of what I said. Josh, decided to give me some crap for it, even though I kind of called them this was going to happen. Ryan, that is a really good point. The tiebreakers. I love seeing how the tiebreakers work. I'm shocked they don't do it division style, where in the division it is head to head, and it should be. I don't understand the scheduling stuff, and it's like, the strength of schedule, the win percentage,
And what's so crazy too, between the Bengals and the Broncos, it's one win, and it's a 4 to the 13th seed. This AFC is just getting crazier, and it's like no one knows what's going to happen. I mean, everyone just seems like they're going to keep on winning, but with the Broncos losing out on Teddy B, that's a very big piece they lost out on, and they have to go back to Drew Lock. But this is Drew Lock's final chance, I say, in the NFL, especially as a starter. I mean, he could be a backup, but as a starter, this is his last shot trying to make a name for himself and be something to see what happens with Denver, especially with Vic Fangio if they don't make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they're an interesting team in Denver, to be honest with you. They're not in the playoff picture for a reason. They have two good running backs and they have solid receivers. They're not in, and they probably won't get in. The interesting game is right there. It's a 2-7 matchup right now. We got this week a rematch for the division.
Cole Beasley's out. I mean, that's a big piece to lose, and whoever wins this matchup between the Patriots and the Bills, I think it will secure whoever gets a home playoff game in the middle of January. And that's crazy to think about, where everyone said, Buffalo is Super Bowl favorites. Colton and I were ranting and raving about that. They could be on the out. They could be on the out looking in after this week. The Dolphins could leapfrog them for all we know. That's the scariest part. The Dolphins we could be seeing Miami here at number 7 very, very soon.
Yeah, Miami's got themselves a nice run going on. There's a lot of teams in the AFC. I think the Steelers are playing some good football. They have some winnable games down the stretch. This weekend's a tough one at Kansas City, so we'll see. Baltimore, I think, is their time's up. The injuries are catching up to them.
The 2-point conversions are not in their favor.
I saw a nice
don't want to throw a jab at Splash, but it's a little unfortunate with them losing. Oh, I'm gonna pull up this stat. Let me do that really quick. I messed up here, but this is an incredible stat. But bam. But 4 points. 4 combined points in their last 3 games they've lost by, and it's a first time in NFL history. And they all came off. The Steelers won 2-point conversion, Packers 2-point conversion. They had the lucky onside kick. Unfortunately, the Browns were able to have enough to stop them on the 4th down. This is just a tough break for Baltimore. These could have been 3 winnable games potentially if they kicked an extra point or they just play better football against Cleveland. But now they're on the out looking in.
Yeah, that's what happens. You take some chances, and they didn't work out for those Ravens, those Ratbirds. So the best meme I saw was definitely Harbaugh, and it was the SpongeBob meme. Want to see me do it again? And he did it again, and it lost again. So I think they should have kicked the extra point in the Green Bay game. I kind of understand his point in the Steelers game because the Steelers were going up and down the field. Not saying the Packers weren't. They only had 2 stops on Green Bay. But the fact that they had no corners and all this, that, and the other, and they didn't have any practice with those guys that were coming in the Steelers game, I get. But yeah, Tyler Huntley played really well. That's a good story, though. That's a good story.
Probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. I mean, he could honestly be a starter. I mean, maybe not without the Ravens playbook there, but the Ravens playbook is really in his favor right now. It's in his corner.
He's really like an identical Lamar Jackson. Like when I was even watching him throw, I'm like, dude, he's got that weird Lamar Jackson throw, and just seeing him out there being loose with the football, just scrambling. I'm like, dude, it's like Lamar Jackson because he's tall and skinny too, like Lamar. So I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, dude, this guy's like Lamar Jackson. I'm like, imagine teams want to have backups that are very similar to what their starter is. And that's Baltimore to a T. Like, you don't have to like worry about the Saints where it's like Jameis Winston's going to come out here and sling it, and it's like Taysom Hill's like a freaking wild card, can't really throw. Like, we'll see what happens with them. Baltimore's got their identical backup. Like, you don't have to change anything. Maybe aggression, I guess, maybe. Don't let him make any mistakes, but Huntley's played very, very well for the Ravens.
I mean, yeah, Taysom Hill's a very big wild card, but now we got Ian Buck. And this is absolutely crazy just going on right now. Colton, do you want to take care and read the first ad that we got up on here?
Yeah, I got that. U Stadium has teamed up with MyBookie, the best online sportsbook, to bring you an awesome exclusive promo. If you go to mybookie.website/betwithustadium, you can set yourself up for success by doubling your first deposit, minimum $45 deposit, when using promo code UStadium at MyBookie. That's promo code UStadium to double your initial deposit all the way up to $1,000. Bet anything, anywhere, anytime with MyBookie.
I think he could be the next Billy Mays trying to sell me some OxyClean at 3 a.m.
Billy Mays here with MyBookie. The UStadium promo.
You got to get like the arms in it. You got to get like so into it.
See, if I was feeling a little bit better, you might get me to do that. But we're going to look at what we got right now. But definitely check out MyBookie. I downloaded it. Use promo code UStadium. Get on the action. Will cannot.
I cannot.
You got
legally. I cannot. I mean, I'll get to this one. I'll read that one in a little bit. Christmas is Saturday, so some NFL teams might be asking Mr. Sandy Claus for some help from his great old sleigh, the reindeer, trying to deliver them presents. What comes to mind with some of these teams? I mean, I don't want to, pick the low-hanging fruit, but, the Baltimore Ravens, they just want to open a present that has luck in it. Just something to go their way for once in the last 3 weeks. Maybe this might be the week that they could get it, but
they're opening up that present looking for a cornerback. That's what they're hoping for.
Something on defense. A run. Well, Devontae Freeman hasn't been playing too bad. Hasn't been too bad this year, but they're looking at what they could get underneath the tree and just something on defense, something lucky. Just, I don't know, the injury bug to cure all injuries, and they all could come back at, just a snap of the fingers.
That is very true. Rams looking to get Robert Woods back, but Green Bay looking for that home field advantage. That's what the Packers are looking for. They're asking Santa Claus, let's keep everything the way it's going. Rams are hoping the Cardinals continue to fall here, leapfrog right in the division. Steelers hoping for some help in the playoff picture. That goes with a lot of other teams looking for some help, looking for some teams to fall in front of them, lose. Ryan's out here looking for takeaways for the Ravens.
Just have to get their short fields. I mean, the Browns are looking for, just Baker Mayfield to be healthy. He hasn't been 100%. If you have a healthy Baker, I mean, you have a really good quarterback on your hands. You do. When he needs to throw the ball, he could get the ball out there. And you saw that last year. Right now, he's what? Broken knee, broken shoulder, finger.
Going back to SpongeBob. We got another SpongeBob meme here.
Yeah, another SpongeBob every afternoon. I break my arms, and every morning I break my arms, every afternoon I break my legs. Glass bones of paper skin.
That's right. That is definitely the Browns and Baker.
The Chiefs are probably looking for a lot more in the salary cap realm, maybe $300 million for them, so then they could, afford a lot of players, and they could get, somewhat stay in the Super Bowl relevant for the next while being. Buccaneers injury stuff too. They want to make sure they can get Godwin back if he's going to return next season. Mike Evans, Fournette, they're missing some pieces right now. And you know what? Let's just pick the low hanging fruit here. The Carolina Panthers, just a consistency at quarterback. They don't know what they're doing. I feel bad for Matt Rule, but I think this might be the end of the road for him.
Yeah,
they said Cam Newton's going to start on Sunday, but Sam Darnold's going to be in some capacity. What does that even mean? I don't understand.
College is what it means. That's what that means.
Just start PJ Walker. He's your best option right now. Like PJ Walker is so slept on. XFL MVP. You got any more takes? Or the Raiders? I mean, just maybe a first round pick that will stay more than just a couple years. Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe a coach, that, won't say stuff over
doesn't
emails.
say stupid stuff over emails. There's that.
A cornerback that won't, just show all these guns on a social media platform saying, "Hey, look what I got."
Oh gosh.
Matt Nagy to get fired for the Bears. I mean, I think that is going to be a Christmas present.
No. That's what you want.
That's what I want. Okay,
That's
it shouldn't be nice for calling for people's jobs, but
that's what you want for Christmas.
Bears fans are over it too. I mean, when they had the review on there, you hear the guy audibly, "After review, we still suck." That was probably the greatest one-liner of all time. I don't think there will ever be another one close to that. I don't know what this person just wrote in there, but I want a CD Lamb to return. That would be the greatest thing of all time.
You think Allison would like that?
Let's go into buy, selling, and holding. Let's do a little Christmas edition since we did it for Thanksgiving. So Christmas, what would you be buying into for your Christmas festivities? Oh, this is Festivus. Happy Festivus today. There's a lot of Seinfeld people celebrating that, especially my guy Jeff.
Big Seinfeld guy, huh?
Big Seinfeld guy.
I used to watch it back in the day with my parents, and they kind of stopped watching it. But what am I buying? I guess, again, same thing. Family and friends being around on the holidays. I don't know what food you have on Thanksgiving or on Christmas, nice. But my food's a lot better. Prime rib.
The prime rib, yes.
On Christmas, so
prime rib, some ziti. You get literally a mix of like every nationality in the room. Just
that's right. See, no turkey.
The table.
Keep that stuff away from my plate, and we're a lot better. And we are. So like Christmas is a great holiday. You got some basketball all day long. Got some football on. So
got
double
football
TV
on. I get to work one of those games. I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. I can't really say I hate anything. Like with Christmas, like I said, the food's good. There's basketball on all day. There's football on now. Double TV'd up. I'm good to go. What about you? What are your buy, sell, and holding?
I'm not a big fan of Christmas. It's too stressful for me. Just trying to figure out what everyone wants, and they're just like nothing. And then if you do show up with nothing, you're shunned to the corner and just kind of done with that. It's a stressful time. I know for a lot of people it's just a stressful time, but but I'll buy into the food. I mean, I really like the food. The smorgasbord of just endless food. I mean, it's 10 times better than Thanksgiving. It so is. Turkey's the most overrated food.
That's right.
Unless it's deep fried turkey, okay? Then we'll renegotiate how it works, but I'll be buying into the food. Selling, what would you be selling off for Christmas?
I don't know if there's really any. I guess like the people that do their Christmas music in like November before Thanksgiving. Like I know where I got Christmas, but like I'll sell off on that. Like there's really nothing I don't like about Christmas, to be honest with you. So like I'm gonna go out here and like for the people that start playing Christmas music in November before Thanksgiving, I'll sell you.
I'll match you with that. Christmas music's the most overrated thing in the entire world. I cannot stand it. Why did I show that? That was dumb. I'll sell off on that. And what's the hold? I'm gonna hold that people get gifts for, just like the presents. That's all I care about. Just fingers crossed for that every single year. Just gotta pray it's all good. Good, feel attacked. Called that Allison.
Oh, is that what she does?
Yeah, yeah.
That is
terrible.
See, that's bad. Sorry, it had to be done, but
always the same old thing. New day, same old. But what would you be holding on Christmas?
Again, God. I don't know if I have a hold. I guess I like Christmas. Like I don't know if there's really a hold. Like I guess I'll hold the I just said like selling off Christmas music for like the early people. I don't. Well,
let's shift this. Okay, well, we're gonna reverse this. Let's go in the buy, selling, holding over the last week, or what our thoughts are for NFL wise. What are you buying into? I'll start. I'll let you think. I'm going to buy into the Detroit Lions. I mean, they're a sell-off for the rest of the year, okay? I'm looking into the next year. Let's see what they could do with 2 first-round picks. Let's see what Dan Campbell could do with the building. I mean, you beat a highly prolific NFC team that's going to be in the playoffs, but now you kind of just break the ground of what's going to be happening moving forward for the NFC and the entire NFL. So I'm excited to see what the Lions can do. And that's really about it for my Bye.
I'm gonna buy the Colts. I had my hold on them like early.
Jonathan
in the season.
Taylor for MVP?
No, not happening. But
That's in the NFL's Twitter bio.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. But he definitely deserves it's like kind of like the Heisman, like he deserves to be there, but he's not gonna win it. But yeah, I'm gonna buy the Colts. Jonathan Taylor doing a lot of really good things. Carson Wentz, it's like reminding me of the 49ers. Like don't make the mistake. So we're just gonna run it down your face, and that's what they're doing. So good for the Colts and Jonathan Taylor.
Now this is incredible. 27 teams are still inside the playoff hunt entering week 16. This is incredible. Only 14 will make it, so 13 of these teams will not make it. I mean, it's obvious of which teams are clearly going to make it just because, they're that good, and it's obvious that the teams that are not that good.
Yeah, there's teams that clearly are obvious. Carolina, Giants,
Seahawks,
Seattle. Gosh, if I didn't say the Panthers already, the Falcons, the Broncos.
The Panthers, New Orleans.
Yeah. AFC is a little questionable. I think the Raiders aren't in it. Dolphins, if they can win Monday, which I think they will, they'll keep it interesting. But yeah, it's getting really interesting in the playoffs.
I'm also going to buy into this. Pro Bowl snub Matthew Stafford could honestly have another receiver that's going to break historic records too. I wanted to talk about this on a debate too. So if Cooper Kupp breaks Calvin Johnson's record in 16 games, okay, not counting the last one, obviously, if he could do it, the stats are going to be run up. But if he could break that record, he's about a little north of 300 away. I want to say it's like 327 yards away from breaking Calvin Johnson's single season record of 1964. Would you put an asterisk in the book for that?
There's going to be a lot of records broken.
So if he breaks it in 16 games, I'm just saying like against the Baltimore, which would be the Rams' 16th game, if he breaks that, then would you put an asterisk next to it considering that he broke that mark? Since it'd be comparable to what Megatron did in a 16-game span.
It's going to happen with a lot of records, so I would say no, because that's just going to be the new norm, and it's like really unfortunate for those guys. And I hope that it doesn't get overlooked because that extra game's huge. So I would say no. Like someone's going to eventually break Strahan's sack record. Like it's just going to happen. Like TJ has a shot in the dark to do it, and he's missed 3 games. So someone's going to eventually break that. If TJ doesn't this year, if someone plays a whole season, it's going to be broken. So that's just the way it is. Sadly, a lot of these records are going to fall, and it's because of the extra game. It would have been cool seeing some of these guys that have these records play 17 games, what they could have did.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's go into the sell. What are we selling off of for this week?
Selling off the Ravens. I feel like I did this last week. I'm selling them off. Like it's the ship has sailed. The injuries are just there. Good coach team. I don't care what anyone says. What Harbaugh's doing. That's his MO. That's what he does. They did it last year and they won, going for 2. He's living and dying by the sword. If that's what your MO is, stick to it. It's not like it's a curveball. Like, oh gosh, is he thinking the team stinks? No, it's just how he plays. So. Yeah, I got to sell off the Ravens.
I'm just going to sell off on the Bears. It's plain and simple. Just not dealing with that. And I'm going to sell off too on the Washington football team. I mean, whoever won that game between Philly and Washington, that was going to be, their best chance to make it to the playoffs, whoever won that game. And obviously Eagles got a little bit better because they had that win advantage against, Washington. But it's still going to be a very tough task for both teams to make it in, especially in a very tightly contested NFC. So I'm going to sell off on both the Bears and the football team. And hold?
I'm back to hold my Steelers. Big week this week. If it was a healthy Kansas City, they have 0 shot of winning. If the colors stay true to what it's looking like right now, I get these guys can become negative tests and play Sunday. But if it stays the way it is, with no Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, Steelers have a very, very, very good opportunity to make the playoffs, especially with Buffalo playing the Colts this weekend.
Buffalo playing the Colts.
I meant Buffalo.
Hey, yo.
Buffalo playing the Patriots.
Bing bong.
There's definitely bing bong. I hope you like that call, by the way. I hope you like that. I hope you're like.
I
what
was
the
so
heck is he doing?
confused. I'm just like
That's what I was hoping
the most
for.
pointless 15 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
That's all that matters. See, I'm very glad I did that. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to Steelers. There's definitely some opportunity for them with the Browns and Ravens coming up on their schedule. Very winnable games. And Kansas City banged up the way it's looking right now. I know they're banged up. No Devin Bush COVID list. They had some other guys. I'm holding Pittsburgh because, like I said to you last week, they're going to sucker my way into. Here we go again. They're going to win a game. They're going to tease you. They're going to be back. Like, well, hey, we're here, but are we here? Like that. See what you're doing to me.
Top games of players of the week. I'm going to
Who are you
start out with.
holding?
Who am I holding?
Yeah, you didn't hold.
Oh God, what?
You're
What
gonna
am I
hold the
holding?
Falcons for the 50th time?
You know, I'm going to hold off on the Falcons. They're still in the hunt. They can still make it. Okay. They can still make it. I don't even know who they play. I think they played Detroit. Yeah, that's a loss.
I hate that. So bad.
Oh my God. I don't even know who I want to hold off on. The 49ers, the Titans. I mean, no running backs for either team. I mean, they got some AJ Brown returns for the Titans this week.
Tonight. I'm so used to us having a day between games. I forgot that's tonight.
Yeah, AJ Brown's returning for the Titans. I don't even think that's worthy of a fantasy start because he's been kind of very bad this year, especially when he's been on the field. And the 49ers just zero running backs to say the least. I mean, no Elijah Mitchell. I mean, Trey Sermon, I think he's on the COVID list.
Jeff Wilson, baby.
Jeff Wilson. The Jeff Wilson show. That's all that's really left. So I'm going to hold off on those two teams. Top games of players of the week. I mean, I already started my thought. I'm going to say the Jets and the Dolphins. That was a very great game all around. I didn't think the Jets had a shot, but there they were. They played some hard football, and Zach Wilson had some Carson Wentz magic, escaping the sacks, escaping all the tacklers all around. And I mean, Tua Truckoviola just cleaning. I don't even know what Jets defender it is, but man, that was a game and a half. That was a really good game.
My top games: Steelers, Titans was absolutely amazing.
Low hanging fruit,
and I guess the other one's low hanging fruit. Green Bay and the Ravens was really good.
The Tyler Huntley show.
Yeah, he turned it on late. Definitely.
Who would have thought he'd be the best fantasy scorer this week, right behind Travis Kelce?
Dude, Kelce decided to show up for once. It took him all season. Thanks for deciding to show up.
And now he probably won't play on Sunday.
You know what? I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna smile and keep scrolling because we're not touching the money. Yeah, just smile and wave, boys. I'm just gonna
smile and wave.
But now I'm just gonna pretend he's gonna play, and if he's out, more power to us. But yeah, those are definitely top games, top players. Cooper Kupp, you just mentioned the guy.
Cooper Kupp. He's only scored under 10 points once all year in my standard of fantasy leagues.
Oh,
you can't ask for more, and you probably ended up getting him in like the middle rounds or something like that, probably within like a 5 to 7.
Yeah.
It was either you take Woods or Kupp, and one league I took Woods. I should have took Kupp. He was on the board right there. It could have been just murdering fantasy all year.
That's right. One draft pick changed everything.
One draft pick did change everything. The 30 for 30. How you got screwed in fantasy.
The one draft pick that changed the season. Who did you take with that pick? Did you take the man from the University of Southern Cal?
Nah.
Or the flyest name in football in Cooper Kupp?
Nah, the guy that took Jalen Hurts 8th, and then Mac Jones 9th. Oh, no, Mac Jones was the first quarterback off the board in that one league. And he nearly made the playoffs, too. He went on a run.
You definitely played with a bunch of memers.
Well, I'm 7-7 in the postseason, so we're going to take down the 1 seed as it is. Colton, want to do the honors here? Bam. I think I messed it up, but I'm not sure. I have a 1-game lead on Colton. I don't know if it's correct or it's not correct, but this is the tightest it's been since, I don't know, week 10, whenever I took the lead. That's the tightest it's been. Colton was either going to let the ship sink or the ship was going to sail, and he took all the water out, and he is going off right now. That is what he is doing. Thursday night football. 2 hours till kickoff. San Fran at Tennessee. The last Thursday night football game of the year. Let's just remind that too. We're out of Thursday night football.
That is crazy.
We got 2 weeks of no football on Thursdays, but wild Sundays ahead. I'm
wild
all for
Sundays, Saturdays, Mondays.
What are you taking here? San Fran at Tennessee.
I'm taking Tennessee.
All right, I'm taking San Fran. We're already going to start off on the ship and letting it run. Take San Fran. I think San Fran might be a better team, and if the O-line isn't going to show up for Tannehill and company, it's game over. It's really game over. Let's see. Christmas Day football, Cleveland at Green Bay. Shall I just fill you in for the obvious here?
Sir.
Green Bay is the obvious choice here. And the Indianapolis Colts at the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh,
I'm going Colts in this one, okay? Jonathan Taylor he's been unstoppable. I think it's very difficult to go against the Colts right now. And the Cardinals lost 2 very close games over, the last 2 weeks. And they need to kind of step it up, or otherwise they're going to be overtaken by the Rams this week.
I'm going Cards on this one. I'm gonna go counter you. I'm gonna catch you on this game and blow it with the rest.
The New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jake Fromm show is beginning, which is the clown show because the circus is coming to Philly, and you're going to be written in for a sweep here on Philadelphia.
Thank you, sir.
Detroit at Atlanta. Now this is God. Who would have thought a loser bowl would be actually interesting?
Every time I've taken Detroit,
the Falcons have not won a home game in 389 games, and in that span, the Braves won the World Series, and they've won countless games at home. And we've also seen the Hawks go to the Eastern Conference Final too.
Did they go to the? I forget.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucks. And that was when Giannis and Trey were just in and out of the lineup every game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Falcons. Every time I take Detroit, they lose. So I'm just gonna. If they lose, they lose. Or if Detroit wins, they win. It is what it is. So I'm not falling into that trap and taking them again.
I'm taking Detroit. We're already this is gonna be a.
You'll probably end up winning this week on that one.
I who knows? Very big AFC North matchup here. Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Give me the Bengals. No corners for the Ravens. Joe Barrow puts on a show for the Bayou Bengals. So.
Oh, now the Bengals are going to lose because every time you say Bayou,
they won, so it's all right.
Every time you say it on this show, Bayou Bengals, they lose, so it's going to be a Baltimore show. But I'm going to take Cincinnati because, the low-hanging fruit pick of the week. The Rams at the Vikings, a 1:00 showdown.
Yeah, Rams, thanks.
Okay, cool. All right, whatever. Rams it is. No hype behind that. AFC East is on the line right now, and this game will solidify it. Buffalo at New England.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go Patriots because it's very hard to have them lose 2 in a row.
I'm going to match you. I'm not going to go counter. I do think Buffalo can pull it out. I'm going to go the same as you. I'm going to play it safe here.
I think Gabriel Davis is going to be a very good fantasy pickup this week with Cole Beasley out. And he's been playing a lot of good football down the stretch. He played 95% of the snaps against Carolina last week. So he's doing pretty good. Fourth time in NFL history, the first and second overall pick are playing against each other. Last time was 2015 with
just stop. You're beating
Mariota and Winston, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here, could we? You want to do a truce here? You want to just call it a tie? We both call it a tie. Okay, we just take a loss on this. We don't have to pick this game. Okay, we just call it a tie.
Call a spade. I'm cool.
Okay, we're just going to rule it a tie, okay? I'm just going to write it as tie, and I'll figure out what I'm doing for a graphic after.
No. We got to pick it. We can't have the odd ordinary. We're men here. We pick, and we'll die on the sword.
If the Jets didn't have 19 players on COVID, I would totally pick the Jets, and I was so ready for it. I was
hoping you to take the Jets. I'm taking the Jags.
I'm going to take the Jags, too, because I don't even know who they have left on offense. That reminds me, I have to get into fantasy. I have to pick up the Jacksonville defense here, because it's going to be very crucial. Oh, no. I already have them on there. It's solidified.
Defense? Oh, my gosh.
Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Yeah, Antonio Brown returns and makes his point. Very known, vaccine card or not. Business is booming. Give me the Bucks.
Bell is booming, so I'll take the Bucks as well. Let me just make sure you have Jacksonville down for there. The Chargers at Houston.
You can give me the Chargers. They're gonna start finessing their way to the playoffs, and you're gonna be correct on the rookie or coach of the year with Mr.
I'm going to be
Brandon
very
Steele.
correct on the coach of the year. No one went that way, and I said, you know what? He makes the playoffs. He's winning it.
And
But
he's
I wouldn't
gonna
be
make the
surprised if
playoffs.
Belichick wins it, though. But I think this is the trap game of the week. I think Houston will play the Chargers till the very end. I think this is a big trap
That'd
game.
be
But
amazing. Would love it.
I'm gonna take the Chargers though. The Chicago Bears at the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you can give me Seattle. You didn't have to waste your time.
I wasted all my breath here. I'm gonna match you with Seattle on that one. Pittsburgh at Kansas City. It's good that we're doing this game right now because yesterday, if we did this show, it'd be very interesting which way we end up going. So
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh, but if one of those guys gets activated, I'm gonna go Kansas City. So.
Okay, so I'm just gonna fill you in for Pittsburgh then. I'm gonna. Do I not?
See, it's interesting. I'm telling you, your weapons are gone. Like, all right, even if one's out, it makes it a lot easier to guard him. Just double the crap out of the other guy, and it's like, all right. Beat me, Demarcus Robinson. Beat me.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh here.
Wow.
Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. This is nonsense.
This is unfathomable. That is blasphemy. That is just blasphemy.
This is I cannot believe you just picked the Steelers. Like, you don't pick the Steelers.
I'll take the Steelers on this one.
Wow. Shock.
The PTS game for me, the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, this game's awful.
This game is awful. I'm going to write you down for Vegas because I think it's a logical one. I don't think Drew Lock gets it done. That's who I'm taking. I'm taking Vegas.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's closer than you think.
I have no faith in Drew Lock. I don't think he gets it done.
I don't know. The Broncos, the Raiders almost lost to freaking Nick Mullins in like the everyone lists Browns. So
overpracticed.
I'm cool with taking the same one as you. I don't have to worry about taking a loss on a game that I don't have confidence in. So that's cool with me.
Sunday Night Football. I don't know why this is a Sunday night game. Washington at Dallas.
This is.
I'm taking the obvious. I'll take Dallas.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas too, but this shouldn't be the Sunday night game.
And then Monday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins at the New Orleans Saints.
And this shouldn't be a primetime game either. I'm going to go the Dolphins.
I'm going to take the Dolphins as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds out our show. If you like to stream, drop a like on the stream here. If you want to follow and see more content from U Stadium, always follow U Stadium on all their social media platforms. U Stadium on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I don't even know what else. They have the app, U Stadium app. You can follow on that. You could talk all the smack you want as a sports fan, or you could post your food pictures like I do every now and again on there. It's very good, and you could honestly start a debate on what's overcooked and what's undercooked for a steak and chicken wings. You could also follow us on all of our social media platforms. The Play Extra Podcast over on Instagram, Play Extra Podcast over on Facebook, Play Extra Pod 1 over on Instagram. You can follow our YouTube channel, Play Extra Podcast, where you can always find this stuff after the show is aired. Got anything else, Colton? A final thought?
You hit the nail on the head, dude.
You didn't like the fact, you talk about what's overcooked and what's undercooked for a steak? Maybe I had a questionably raw steak, but, it was still good. It was blue. Okay, that's what you call it.
I saw your steak, and I was very like, It's a little undercooked.
It was still good, though.
I would have ate it too, though, to be honest with you.
I wasn't going to send that back. I'm like, this is good, and it was nice. It was just like, I had a
medium rare is the way to go. Otherwise, you're eating bark. So good luck to you.
Or you're still chewing by the time we're still talking here, and by the time we end the show.
That's right. You'll still be chewing that.
That's Colton, and I'm Will, and thank you guys for tuning into the Play Extra Podcast Wednesday at 5, always over on the U Stadium platforms.